Always seems to be a bit of a lag between going live and actually showing up on YouTube. And remember to mute your YouTube if you got the YouTube window open with the show, because it'll
No,
feedback.
I just did the Hangouts, I think. Although
Okay.
I can't mute the microphone when I'm presenting, can I? Shit. I can unplug it. That's all right. If I have to talk to the kids, I'll just unplug it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Friday night with Battle Pirates Crib. We have a special guest of Dragon's Bane and everybody's favorite Undisturbed. And hello, everybody. Chris.
What's up,
Good.
guys?
Hey. After about 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to post the Google Hangouts link for anybody that wants to participate in the show. And then after that, we'll probably stay live for another 30 or 40 minutes and then follow that up with a little bit of a after show to discuss whatever that you may have questions about that may not be best to go on YouTube. So I guess we can go to the first slide.
Coming soon. You're gonna take this, right?
Yeah. I was just it's going to be pretty quick. I just don't see it yet. This is the problem. There's a little bit of lag. There we go. Um, Ongoing for the last day or so is the Mega Hall TLC, which we talked about probably too much on Wednesday. It's restricted to people with the Mega Halls. And the surprise that we had last night that I think was one of the best moves that Kixeye has done in a while, and shows that at least yesterday with I don't know if it's because Doom Rooster's gone, but they were listening. They realized that they hadn't offered the vendetta for everybody, and that War Games was going to be a little bit of a flop. I think if they didn't give people a chance to get the vendetta that didn't have it last time, because people were just going to be forced to go through War Games again just to get tokens to play the Clash of the Titans limited campaign. So I
Well,
think
I
it's a
mean,
great move. It has a ton of prizes. Go ahead.
I was just say that I think the reason why they did this, because honestly, if you've already gone through War Games, you really don't want to go through War Games again. I don't. I mean, not for that. For the tokens for the
Yeah.
Hyperion and the Gantry. I mean, why? So the only people that were going to play it were actually nobody. I mean, to really do well on it, you had to have the Vendetta. You can get through most of it with rhinos and coining like hell, but most players were not going to touch it without having a Ven. So I mean, I think it makes business
Well,
sense to do this.
I think they're going to get a larger group, but I think the people that made it all the way through, those bases were designed before the Retribution was even a twinkle in anybody's eye. So I think people would have just run over it with the Retribution. Because those bases were not tweaked at all, as far as I know, or maybe they will be at this point. But if they just did a straight
I
repeat
mean,
from War Games,
well,
you
I
don't
have
think
a
the
Retribution.
Retribution would?
I don't know. I mean, I have it. I don't plan on doing it again. I don't think, not unless there's something in there that I want. I mean, Chris, you got yours built? You got one, right?
The Retribution, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bother with War Games again?
Yeah, for the tokens, I will.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it didn't cost me much last time, so it won't cost me much this time. It'll be cheaper since I have the Retribution, so.
I mean, I might try it if I'm bored, but I don't think they were gonna see a good turnout on War Games, especially coining. You know, because the people that have already done it, have already done it.
Well, yeah,
You know.
that's what I mean as far as coining it goes, because if you think of, like I said, I was trying to say earlier, these bases were designed and are static as far as we know. And the Retribution was added with different defenses and different things going on, and especially with the new stacking limits, the new stacks required. There's like 10% of the stacks are required for the big boom, that the people that actually completed it before might really walk through war games. I mean, I'm not one of those people, but I was just making that potential assumption. Um, Next is we're not going to get any more into it. We did it last week. Just to keep you up to date, the VXP bulk buy discounts are still in play. Has anybody done any of the global hunt targets?
I haven't, but I had a friend who said that when he hit one, he got the 2 shards, and when he went to look at the inventory pop up, it said he only redeemed 1 out of 20. So he said if he can, he's going to try to get 40 shards. Because it might be a glitch fix I didn't think of, or it could just be a visual error.
Yeah, it says you got 1 of 20, and when you hover over the winning screen, it actually says you have 2 shards, even though there's 1 underneath the picture. I will say this, man. If you got the Hellwraiths, just use 1 at a time and take your time doing it, because those explosions go out at least 300. From what I could see, I could not get away from it at all, no matter what I tried. I took damage up the wazoo.
I mean, the old targets, they maxed out at 200, and they lowered what do I call it, the most recent data mining? They lowered the total damage, but they really upped the minimum splash. So no matter how far you ran up to that 200 level, you were pretty screwed. Before, there was a rapid. The first time they did it, it was 1% damage of the minimum splash at 200, and then they ramped it up to 10%. I can't remember what the last number was. It was like 50 or 100%. Like it's not really splash anymore. It's just damage over the area. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I was not thrilled about it, but you can still do it with 1 sub. So do it with 1 sub at a time, and get as many shards as you can.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to do much today. Yeah, I haven't hit them. I guess unless anybody else anything else, I guess we can skip over to the next slide. Alrighty. George's new girlfriend.
Yep.
It was been released in certain places that the addition of torpedo damage and concussive damage isn't additive, which most of the time when we say multiplicatively, we mean it as like a bad thing. That it's
diminishing returns. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is not multiplicatively and diminishing returns relative to 100. Those are sort of 2 different things that are sort of been combined. Like if you're speaking of in the past, yeah, when it deals with armor and something that maxes out at 100, or you deal with like another thing that's multiplicative that everybody thought was potentially additive, which basically multiplicative means you're multiplying the things together as opposed to adding them together, is the one that it was most apparent on was the phalanx 4 on rhinos. When we were dealing with our last assault campaign series, the accuracy is multiplicative as well. So you needed to get at least 100% accuracy on your phalanx 4s, which was not possible with frontline countermeasures and a rhino, unless either you had unless you had a max gunner bonus, which added another 20%. But I'm getting a little far afield here. Or you put it on the Apollo, which has a 35% accuracy bonus as well, to boost it over 100. And it was very important from that stream of missiles that came out of the Mega Hall. So everybody's looking at it and thinks, oh, okay, 150 plus 45, 195% damage boost if I'm using R0 strike warheads in that example.
Right, the old way.
Yeah, but it's multiplicative. So we take the 150% and add it to the 45. So now we're getting basically 218, which is great for us if we want to do more damage and whatnot. But the other thing it does is it takes the base damage of your concussive, whatever you're going to put on as a special, stealth attack system and concussive warhead both provide the same amount of additional concussive damage. The strike warheads, which is part of the hunter special in the retro lab, starts at 45 and goes up to 55.7. It basically, as opposed to, it's going to add 50% onto that difference. So if you take a look at stealth attack system at R15, you see the difference is basically a little less than 15 on the concussive damage. Once you add it to the Hell Wraith and make it multiplicative, you see the difference is over 22 between the two of them. So you're boosting that base concussive damage by doing it. And if you take a look at the fire on the far right column, that's the total damage for the fire twister, for one fire twister.
The only thing that worries me is the coding. I mean, every time something like this comes up, there are unintended consequences later on down the line, such as, the splash not working on weapons anymore and making them dumbfire. That was busted code.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of leery as to why this is happening and why it's just on this.
Well, I was sort of explaining the reason it's supposed to be on this, from what I've heard, is because it's two different damage types. It's torpedo damage plus concussive damage.
Right.
So it's not a single type, and so they interact in a different way. At least they did, at least a couple of days ago when it was announced to certain people that that's the way it worked.
All right. I mean, it still makes me leery because, like what did they come up with this week that we found was the gamma doesn't get, that added distance bonus.
Well, it does now. It does after the last update, doesn't it?
No, it still doesn't work because the only special the only ante that actually has the same listing for weapon type is the trident. That's the only one in the game. So if you put Gales on, you're not getting that base increase that you're supposed to.
But they put, as I recall, I guess I could look at last week's slide. They added two more. They added an anti-mortar and they added two things in the last update on Tuesday. It was Wednesday's update. They added that in.
There was a thread just last night that they were talking about it.
Okay, I didn't.
They might be planning on it, or maybe they tried and it didn't work. I don't know. But
yeah, it was part of the 3 pages of bug fixes. I don't know if it was, I don't have one, and I've been pretty busy today with things, but they said they fixed it. I don't know that they necessarily have.
So. But that's what I mean is that this is one of those things that just worries me for further down the line. Something they're either going to forget about something or it's going to bite us in the ass or something.
Yeah, they really hate the data miners, but they're the only one. They're the only reason that we know what's going on.
This is true, and honestly, of anything, they should actually help them, or at least be friendly with them, because honestly, they've caught more errors than Kix's own CS has.
Yeah, especially last year or so, it's been.
Yeah. They're not trying to make Kix look bad or anything. They're not trying to shove it in anybody's face. They're just going, hey, look, man, most other games, you get to know this stuff. You want us to do a strategy game, but you're not giving us the information so we can actually properly come up with a strategy that'll work.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's silly that, there's so many things that are hidden in the blueprints. I noticed I noticed a couple of months ago that if you looked at the Destroyer ECM, they took out everything about that special. That's just gone. And then if you take a look at your frostburn interceptor, there's no image on that aura anymore, or whatever you want to call it, the field that it puts out with the negative 30 um,
Right.
damage and all that stuff. It's gone from the blueprints, and I'm assuming that's unintentional. Like somehow it got lost somewhere or something ridiculous, but I don't know why they're taking that information away. All it says is it has an aura, because I had people asking questions about it as far as what the range was, and I was like, I looked at the blueprint and there's absolutely nothing about it. It's still in the text as far as it has one and sort of what it does, but not the percentages, not the range, nothing of that nature is still in there.
I wonder if that's after, because they said that they changed a whole bunch of text.
This happened before they corrected their typos. I noticed this before
I hadn't even
before
noticed.
the update. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed it. It might be gone from other things too. It's just one I happened to look at, and I do recall what the stats was and what it looked like. But yeah, it's gone again, or it's gone. It's gone for this one as well, in addition to the destroyer ECM. All right. But I guess the recommendation here is if you're going to try and create a glass cannon to do the raid, to do the upcoming raids or any sort of reaver targets with that splash, it seems like you would want to pile up as much damage as possible with as few ships as possible, so you can avoid, taking damage on 3, 4, or 5 ships. So it seems like the strike warhead at R15 is much more advantageous than sticking with a stealth attack system.
If you can fit it.
Yeah, if you can fit it, and it has them, for what it does, all you're getting is that damage boost. It's over a 2-day build by itself, so it is it's expensive time-wise.
Yeah.
But are you going to save that time over having to throw another ship in there? Because this adds, with 2 ships, this is adding like 3.5 torpedoes. So you could potentially get it done with 1 less ship if you were borderline the other way.
All
right.
That, 10%? It's a 10% increase from SAS R15, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a tad over 10%.
You can always stick in something like the cryo battery, and that'll give you 20% just from the cryo. The cryo field makes it.
Oh, as far as damage reduction?
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Increase for damage increase.
Are you thinking cryo, or are you thinking resonance?
Cryo battery.
Okay.
Because if you fire the torpedo and the cryo procs, I mean, you're.
Well, you have to be activated by something.
No.
No. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back with resonance. Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking the.
Yeah. I'm combining 2 things. Yeah.
I mean, there's other options to do it than just this one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I understand, and I don't know how it deals with stacks with total damage. This might also be multiplicative as opposed to additive. It's one of those things that's also not in there.
It's one of those things that I wish I knew.
Yeah. It would be helpful.
Yep.
All right, I guess it's time to say goodbye to your girlfriend.
Oh man. Doc Rain. All right.
How many have we had? We had, especially if you're, a level 60, 50. Have we had a TLC that's had so many good prizes? I mean, we're only on page 1. They get better on page 2.
Well, I thought Dark Rain was level locked to 65 and above, was it not?
It is okay. Well, if you don't have if you don't have a lot of this stuff, why, I don't know if they're doing that. Why are they putting in countermeasures equipment 2? But whatever. Yeah, then prize pack 1 looks a little bit odd if it's level locked to 65. But it has a huge number of great prizes, especially in prize pack 4 and 5. I mean, I already have I've already earned 3 Omega Behemoth blueprints, and you're only allowed to have 2. So prize pack 3 isn't all that great for me.
Well, you can. Yeah, I mean, Gale 3s are always good to have.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have. Before this, I had 25, and I'm already out. So.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to the next one with the good prizes.
Here's the
And
good
again,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, coaxial firestorm. Even if you don't use it as a weapon, the cost, the repair efficiency on this weapon, just as armor, is really good. I mean, I think it's around 0.23, somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't look up the numbers today, but it's been a little while. Is that close,
That's
or do
an
you know it?
excellent. That's an excellent point. No, I just keep on forgetting to point that out to people.
Yeah. It's the repair efficiency, which is basically how long it takes to repair 1 point of armor. So I think as I recall, it's less than a quarter a second per point of armor, which is when you compare it against most of the armors you have are at zero point 0.8. So it's getting it done. It's repairing 3 times faster than that. And then if the gold standard is DU4, which is 1 point per second. It's really getting it done. So
Yeah.
use this as much as you can, and if you're paying attention to repair times.
I'm going to say that my favorite thing on this whole screen is that hollow citadel. I really wish they had let us have 2 of those, because I have one that's built just for base defense, and I mean, it is strictly built for base defense. I can't use it for anything else. I really would have loved to have 2 of them. I'm really disappointed I can't get 2.
Yeah, I would love to have 2 as well. I use mine in the FMs just to amp up the rest of my citadels, and it's like night and day when I take that thing out. The only thing I wish that was a little bit different about the Harlech Citadel was I wish they gave it a base missile defense that was a little bit higher because of the defense handicap. Because basically what happens to me when I hit the 107s, I actually use an Apollo, a Harlech Citadel, and 3 Citadels. And my normal Citadels, if they get hit by the Angry Arc one time, they take 3 minutes of damage, which I can instant repair away. But the Harlock Citadel takes 10 minutes of damage because one has 85%. The Harlock has 85% penetrating defense with just RA3, just one, and no armor. And then the Harlock is down to 85 as opposed to 95 with the same special. And I just wish they started a little bit higher or made the defense handicap a little bit more specialized, because I'm assuming the defense handicap is in place so that people don't put the wrong, quote unquote, wrong armor on the ship, an armor that they don't want you to use. Trying to hit a different kind of target or whatever. I'm assuming that's the reason that it's in place.
Is it a flagship where you can park it in the corner?
It's got 100 range.
Okay, so it is a range one, a range effect.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
And also, as far as Prize Pack 4 goes, the 3-day Hyperion build token, that doesn't count towards the modules, it only counts towards the bear hall when you're first building it. So
Yep.
probably people, a lot of people know that, but and probably the people that already got it built already know that, so it's probably moot point for me to bring up. And now we get to Prize Pack 5, which is very interesting. I mean, I don't personally, is anybody that hasn't already built the Zoe's Apollo going to build it if they get the blueprint?
I have
How
it.
can I build it?
Yeah, I have it. I'm not building it. I
Yeah.
should have built it, but I ain't building it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a reason at this point that anybody would want to build it. since unless you just want to do 91s or whatnot. But I guess the big prize out of here is the Vendetta combined with 10 one-day Vendetta tokens.
Yeah, now that's interesting right there.
They want you to get that thing done right away.
I'm gonna build some more. I mean, I might do it just for those tokens. I forgot about those. I mean, I might do it just for those tokens because, another 3 of them, that'd be nice.
That's what I'm doing right now, is grabbing it for the tokens.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother fleet for you.
Yeah, I mean because what's the build time's like in the hours, right?
Yeah, for a
6
whole,
hours,
it's 5 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can
So,
with 10 days worth of build time, you can do some damage, so to speak.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is more than likely the point.
yeah, and it's almost like, does it feel to you that it's almost like somebody else has taken over?
It kind of does.
Yeah, no, I'm biting on that one. Sorry.
I mean, as far as the way this popped up, because I posted on the BPC page about 5 weeks ago. There was an ad for the new creative director and whatnot, but I don't, and then Doom Rooster's gone, so I don't really know, because this is like, I find this almost overly generous what they're giving us relative to what we're used to.
Well, I know that they were chatting with, I think either some of the people from the town hall meetings or from the TFC guys. I don't know. They were talking with somebody a lot because there was a lot of people that were really upset about the War Games coming out without having the Vendetta on, for one of the raid prizes.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was thrown together quickly. I mean, matter of days, I believe. So. I honestly I think it's just because they want to have they want. I mean, look, if you want to bring war games out, can you get enough vendettas out to do war games and they're not going to be ranked? I mean, you're going to be spending money somewhere. So it's a great way to generate some cash flow, both with the prizes and the stuff that they have, plus the war games coming out. It's going to be a twofer for them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think they'll make money this way. This is sort of a whole different.
I think it's a fantastic business plan.
Yeah, yeah. Can you move on to the next slide? Because I'm going to have to get off for a couple minutes and a bit. So I'm going to try and open up the show pretty quickly. Can we go back to your? She's too skinny, so you took her off. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same stuff we did last week. Complete. I thought it was an overreaction with the 109 Draconian strongholds, but it's been confirmed that they're coming back.
Yeah.
And there's a max of 25 friends is still there. I'm gonna leave it there until they fix it.
Man, I hope they fix that real soon because trying to have people send you coin to help them prep or do something in the game is really difficult now.
Or try to relocate to people.
Yeah.
That aren't in your alliance, or have people. My issue is having people follow me that aren't in my alliance that want to jump to where I want to jump, but they're not on my list. And the fact that I heard on the other ship that somebody estimated there was 2,000 people with mega ships. Where I am, I can't see that as even being possible. There's nobody on either side of me for like 5 sectors that even has one, and this would.
There's no way it's over 1,000. I'm still saying it's under 100 people.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's like 50 people from what I've seen, but
I mean, I'm in 106, and it's one of the most active sectors I've seen in the game, and there's 6 people here that have it. So trying to say that there's 2,000 in the game is just, I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
There's a bunch in 485, but like right now I jumped into the 200s, and I think I'm in 226, 225. There ain't none around me at all.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
Like I said, I'd be surprised if the owners were in triple digits, but there's no way it's even near 1,000.
Yeah, or 2,000. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had started them when the 91s came out, like right away that first week, you would have your Hyperion out now. It'd be
Yeah,
up
but the
this
question
weekend.
is how many people were actually out there trying to get it the first day and do everything?
I had my shards within the first week. I just didn't have my R&D done. I mean, I'd have one right now if my R&D was had to actually if I'd kept up with the R&D.
Yeah, but not too many people that I noticed were out there trying to get it the first day and stuff.
True. I mean, I got
I
bored
mean,
with
it
it,
is
so
possible, but there's no way there's 2,000 people out there who, on the first day, did that and then got the Hyperion and built it the second it was available and stuff like that.
it does seem high. It does
Yeah.
seem a little high.
Yeah, I just opened up the show. I mean, all we have left is one more slide, and I consider which we already discussed. I consider the Dark Rain 2 Electric Boogaloo to be a success so far.
I think it's a great idea. I'm glad they did it.
Yeah,
And
we
And
haven't
I'm
seen how.
happy.
Yeah,
what was that,
we haven't
Chris?
seen the completion to the end to figure out if there's some, because I remember at one point that the Kraken was at the end and nobody knew how to deal with it, and everybody was pissed off that, oh, I made it through all these. I forget which one that was, but we made it all the way through to the end, and then the
Snowfall.
crack.
Was
Yeah,
it
Snowfall.
Snowfall?
Yeah, and you had to get it done in an hour, and then all of a sudden, you got 8 minutes left to deal with the Kraken, and you never seen anything like that before in your life. At that point, it's easy now, but when it first came
Yeah.
out,
Right.
it was
Well, I mean,
killing
I don't
everybody.
know. Like I said, I've gotten up to 6, and I didn't get a chance to finish it to do the next one to find out. But it seems like it's the exact same as last time.
I mean, I didn't do it last time, so I didn't know, but it just seems like the last three are the same run through over and over.
Yeah, it just repeats until you get to that last one where you have 7.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to see what the number 7 is. I haven't asked yet to see if anybody's done it, but you know,
I'll be
Yeah.
on it within 10 minutes or so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, well, I opened up the show. I posted the link for anybody that wants to join us. I need to step away for about 2 to 3 minutes, but so I'm going to put my microphone on. There's people coming over, and somebody needs to vacuum, and I don't think you guys want to listen to that. So I will. I'll be back in 2.5 minutes, and I guess carry on. Hope you
sure.
guys.
Thanks. Just
Yeah, second thing comes on the first time. Oh, okay, I'll throw you to the wolves.
bastard.
Hopefully somebody. I'm surprised the number of people, except for especially the Pobia people that wanted to come on today. That we haven't got any joiners yet, but um, everybody's welcome to pop on in, and I will post the link one more time, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes. So have fun while I'm gone.
Great. So how far have you gotten onto this, Chris?
I just finished. Which one is it? I just finished number 5, so I'm starting number 6.
Oh, good. All right. So we'll see soon what's at the end there. I have not. I'm actually a little worried that they did change something and didn't let anyone know, because that's really gonna be bad.
Yeah, well, we'll see in a little bit.
Yeah. I cannot even see. Oh, there it is. All right. Other than that, how are you planning for the next raid? Are you
I've
gonna
got my
still
ghost crawler built for it.
you want with the ghost crawler? I'm still torn between a really speedy Hellwraith like build so I can turn around and run, but from what I saw today in those Revo 123 holdouts, it does not help at all. Not even a little bit. Not even close.
Yeah, see, because like what he said, they changed it so it's just 100% of the damage if you're in the range of the blast. It's not, you're at the edge, you get 10%, you're in the middle, you get 50%, if you're up close, you get it all. It's just if you're in the range, you're taking the damage.
Yeah, and I don't know if I like that change because I mean I understand having to give us some sort of damage. Okay, you gotta
Yeah.
have some sort of damage, but man, why? Just I don't need that much damage, you know? All right, let me
Yeah, I
see.
haven't tried one because I can't see any. Just surprising.
They're not by the dubs, they're actually by
Yeah, I've been
the relay
looking.
towers now.
Yeah, still can't find them. The only one I saw somebody was hitting.
Well, you're in a busy sector. I went to a nice quiet sector because I wanted to grab a couple of shots because I'm not even gonna probably build any of them, but still, I kind of want them.
So I looked in parks, in not so active sectors that were still in yellow, and I still didn't find any.
Really? What world are you in?
I'm in 106.
You guys are on. Oh, that's right. You guys jumped.
Yeah,
Hmm. I'm
work
trying to
on
think of a really dead sector up there.
Oh, I know dead
Mm.
sectors, but the thing is I heard they only spawn at yellow, so you at least need a half alive sector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what my friend said.
That would suck. Why am I still presenting? Damn it, where did he go? Everyone's gonna be staring at my thing. All right, so I guess, I mean, I'm not sure what else we got to say. We covered most everything that we were planning on. We were actually kind of expecting a couple people to come on. I don't see, I mean, the only question I see that, I'm actually trying to get to the chat right now, but the only question I saw was, where's the BP professor? I don't know where he's at. I think he's still at work, is he not?
I think he went out to dinner with his wife. I can't remember now.
That was last week.
How was it?
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. Does anyone have questions? I mean, I don't. I'm trying to scroll back here and I can't even. I don't like that presenting thing. I'm not ready for that stuff. I was like last second. Can you do it? Yeah, I guess.
All right, here's the last level of the last
Hey,
part.
I'm back.
Oh, good. Make me not present so we can see what Chris is doing here.
Okay. 1 second. Yeah, I should have done that.
You think?
Whatever, it was unexpected. There we go. We should be off of. I can put Chris on present at this point.
Okay, so that's the same as last time then.
Looks like it. If you ignore the giant square of water in the middle.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot in a lot of the things. I mean, it's not even. You don't even get the fast heavy cruises. So yeah, this is a cakewalk. If you have Apollos, you guys will have no problem getting through this. That's fantastic.
Somebody's hitting a hell of a bowl.
Someone's what?
There was some background noise that was a little indicative that somebody might be living in Colorado or Washington State or D.C.
I must have missed it. Damn it.
Oh, well, you're in Tennessee. You just grow it.
I guess.
Is it
And
is it still locked on? Is it just me, or is it still locked on George?
I don't know. I clicked on Chris's image so I could actually watch him hit the thing because I wanted to make sure it was the same as last time.
Okay.
I mean, this is the same. It's like a bloody 91.
Yeah, I mean
And he's doing it with a Punisher and is it a Punisher and Rhinos? Is that what you're using, Chris?
yeah, I've also got a retribution, but I messed around with the fleet setup, so I keep hitting the wrong number for the wrong ship. So I tried to send the Punisher forward, sent the retribution forward out of the anti-range, and it died. So I've got to coin the repair here.
Ah, you might be able to pull it off with that Punisher.
Man, too
Isn't
much
that
damage. I
is the
can
new
do it
model?
with just the Punisher, but it's a lot more damage than the retribution.
Oh, the mega hull's not dead. It just looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't. This looks just like the last time. I mean, the damage goes up with each tier that you get to, but other than that, I mean, it's very doable. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I did it last time for 0 coin with one Apollo and Rhinos behind it, I think. So that's actually I'm really happy that they did this because that's going to help so much for people that want to try and get the retribution. I mean, they're going to have to coin something. It's only what, Tuesday that it's coming out? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
So, you know, you get the Vendetta now, you go to the retribution, and I mean, you can pick apart the first tier with Rhinos. I think I did it with Punisher and Rhinos. And then the next ones I used Vendettas with different leads. I think I blew through all of my Punishes and my Revenge. But
I'm gonna have to hop off after I finish this one. But my headphones might have enough battery to make it through it. They just told me I needed to charge them.
to charge what?
My headphones, which is what I'm using for my mic.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes you're clear and sometimes you get really crunchy. You got really crunchy last week. You haven't approached your level of crunchiness as you did last week.
Yeah.
crunchy?
Well, that noise, whoever's making that, yeah, Hollywood's replicating it for us.
Sorry, that was me.
So Hollywood's the one with the bowl. I got it.
Hollywood's the one that called out the bowl, but I don't know, where the noise came from.
Is it still stuck on me?
No.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Hey, you're talking about the Hellwraith and using those different things. A bad idea is like I fitted one D4S and three D3Ss, but with all of the new torps. What is the seal charge, the hydraulic resistor, the Mimicus, ablative armor, and the strike missiles.
And what's the question?
So I never hear anybody talk about that kind of build.
That's sort of what I went. Sort of what I went with. I think pretty close to it. Just because I don't know that I like it that much. Well, I mean, there's a couple differences. You use the D3 and D4 S's. The big difference is the fact that the Hellwraith has, I think, a repair efficiency of 0.45, and all those armors have a repair efficiency of 0.8. So the lower the number, the faster it repairs.
Okay.
So I think because a lot of people are looking at a mix of, do you have the D2S?
I'm gonna interject here. I'm not running any armor on mine.
Oh, okay. Quicker repair time.
I'm running Magnus 2, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only thing is that 5% loss in accuracy, right? Which you have 100%, so you're just down 5.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna?
They're dumbfire weapons, so it doesn't matter.
It's a dumbfire weapon, so it doesn't matter. And most of I think I'm gonna carry, I think, 4 or 5 tops of the twisters on each one. The rest of them are gonna be Karens.
Okay.
And who is this girl, Karen?
I'm a little worried because my ablative armor is already done up to R15, and I was taking all sorts of crazy explosive damage, or at least splash damage, whatever the hell, the death weapon damage, the death explosion.
Right. In which targets though? Which size were you hitting? 70s or 50s?
The 123 holdouts.
Oh, you were doing the one. Yeah. That's the big boys. Those are the S targets. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping they're the S targets for the damages they put out, because if they're not the S targets, we're gonna have some issues.
No, the 100s will be the S's, the 70s will be the A's, the 50s will be the B's, and the 30s will be the C's. That's the way it'll.
You have a very optimistic outlook. Can I just tell you that?
Well, I
Like the
mean, they're giving us a
123s,
peek at it. You think that they would switch it?
I I don't know. I mean, it's the one what I saw on the test server is not what I see on the map now. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I mean the
oh.
123s, the 123 holdouts have been around for months. You know, the 100s that were in the test server, I think, is probably going to be. I mean, if I had to guess, what we saw in the last test server is probably the last of the A set. But it's also going to be an S set this time as well. It's not going to be just one target.
Yeah, I couldn't see them throwing a 30 out there for people to be trying to see what they can do, especially with I've seen people with CUDAs and do things, and then switch it out because it would be impossible to do it with regular subs. I mean, literally impossible.
Which I mean, the targets that we have on the map right now, you have to understand, are for people to progress. I mean, it's part of
So
the
it's just
foundry thing.
Foundry. That's it. You
Yeah,
think?
yeah. I mean, they
Well,
might
I think they're
base it
probably
similarly, but
I think they're trying to gather data on how people attack them,
Yeah,
and
you're
I
right.
and I think the other issue is there's really no. I think they would do much better off if if whoever was deciding that we want to gather data from these is that we should give some people a reason to hit them. Because if you have the hell rate, there's no reason to hit the 70 unless you want to, you want to add, I didn't even forget the numbers, but 40 assault DPS to your Tiger Shark. I mean, it's not. It
there's
doesn't
no
make a lot
incentive.
of. There's no incentive for anybody to hit them. So I mean, if they added uranium or base parts or whatever, people may hit them more, and they may get a better idea of what people have and how they're going to attack them and how they're going to fare once it gets to a raid. But they've been very stingy with this target and the Legion Assault Force target, where there's really no reason for people to hit them.
Yeah, I feel yeah. I know that they put these reavers out so far in advance that they're collecting that data. That's pretty much why they did away with the 109s.
Well, I think that's part of it, but I also think a big part of it is they don't want a repeat of the score trade. I mean,
Oh, right.
that would be disastrous at this point.
So you
Where
just
you had
consider it a shot across the bow?
What do you mean?
Oh, there. Well, we're showing you what it looks. We're it's a warning shot of what the raid may look like.
I think no, I think that they actually honestly are trying to give us some foresight so that we're prepared at least enough to participate without, having the backlash that they did with the score trades. I mean, that was bad. I liked them. I still liked them. I wish they had kept it on, but I mean, there was a lot of pissed off people.
I mean, did everybody just watch Chris finish this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a gift. Personally, the way I look at it, that mostly moves using punishers and whatnot.
Like I said, I think it's fantastic. I think the fact that they're letting the Hulk come out. I am a little tiny bit concerned in the back of my mind, thinking, what's the next Conqueror Hulk going to be if they're. I mean, because this does essentially devalue the Vendetta a little bit. Um, so I wonder about that, but I think it's fantastic in that it's gonna, it's a win-win for everybody. The people that want the Vendetta get it. Kickstarter is gonna have a whole lot of people coining the Vendettas and coining rank and getting ready and coining, to get the retribution. I mean, hell, with ranked stuff, I had, I spent 15 coin, I think, on that last series in that.
Okay.
It was not easy. And J Boy, man, I fucking hate your base still. I'm gonna tell you what.
I never made it that far because I only I don't know if you know the story, but any raid where I feel like I'm getting cheated or whatnot, I don't participate in. And I didn't participate in the first raid where you could win the Apollo
Yeah, but you
because
don't
of
use the
the
Apollo in that.
no. Well, you don't. But if you don't win the Apollo that first raid, the second raid's the Vendetta. And so I claimed the Apollo in the second
Gotcha.
raid, my only opportunity to get the Vendetta until now. Are you in your car, Hollywood?
No, sorry, brother. I was taking off and on my
He was
headset
taking a hit,
because the
man.
lady just came home, and so we were just conversing.
Okay, no problem.
Uh, I mean, yeah, the Vendetta's required. I not well, I can't say required. I know people that have coined a lot and gotten through it with other things, but I'll tell you, the Vendetta makes it really easy. Um, a lot of the strategies that I used were splash based, you know.
Yeah,
And
I
hell,
saw the
I
what
think
you
on
did, and I actually wish I had kept those slides in so that we could talk about them now, as far as from your blog post regarding that.
the article. Well, I mean, you can always click on it and then lock it on you. I don't care. I'm just saying, I like the idea that they came out with the Vendetta again just for this. I mean, I kind of wish they had put another week in between the two. That way,
Hmm.
people can at least get their builds out, even using the tokens, and maybe a little bit of rank, because rank means a whole lot to these hulls.
But I mean, could you sort of just use
You
the
see Chris over there building the shit out of it with his tokens?
if you, I mean, is there a chance that you could use it as a tank if you didn't get a complete build? Tank certain kinds of damage to let your Avenges
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever else
yeah,
you
yeah,
might.
you can. You can. I mean, I'm just thinking when I was doing it, I was using 3 Vens, and I mean, you needed a lot of mortars in the air for some of those targets. I will say on J Boy's base, and here, the thing is a lot of people kept on trying to one hit the damn things, and I was just like, man, it's a PVE target. Don't try that crap. That's such a waste of time and damage and coin, and I mean, but even still, even breaking down J Boy's base, I didn't have some of the hulls that made that a lot easier. He took more than half of what I had to coin was because of his. Because I was,
Hmm.
it's the last one. You're under the gun to finish it in an hour. You're running out of time. You're just like, man, I gotta get this done. Yeah, that was horrible.
I still don't know where the noise is coming from, but it's not me.
Sure, it isn't.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking at the same time. That would be a skill all by itself.
Hey,
But
Jeff
yeah,
Dunham can drink water and talk at the same time. I mean,
That's right.
yeah,
And have his hand up the poop chute of a puppet.
yeah. Poor puppet.
poor puppet.
Hmm.
Uh, I am actually kind of curious about the damn death explosion. I want to know if it's still 200 or if it's more, because I'm telling you, in that 123 today, it was really whooping my ass. I
But
was not
how
happy
would you know if you were in range to kill it? How would you know if it was any longer than 88?
because I turn before all the weapons fire, and since I don't use the speed special,
Yeah.
the Karens are actually slow as hell still. So I actually am running out of the way. I'm gone by the time they hit to blow the thing up.
But even at a 200 range,
No, I'm
you're
not
not
gonna.
gonna get out of you're not getting out of that range.
No. No, they made it that way purposely, so you'd have to take the damage.
And
Which
look, I understand that, but man, come on, let's mitigate something. I mean, don't give it to us all. Just, you know,
I don't think it'll be that bad. They can't make it that bad because they won't make any money. People just won't play it. They'll have such a piss poor turnaround.
I am going to make sure I am in the
Well,
Epsilon world this time.
well, personally, I find I find that Death Explosion, especially with the the splash going up. Again, I can't remember the final numbers, but there were over 50, if not 100. I just find it lazy as far as game design. The fact that we're assuming that somebody's going to figure out a way to beat the shit out of our targets, and we're just going to ensure some amount of damage once that gets put up on YouTube or gets posted elsewhere on how to beat us.
Well, look, that's why they have the test servers now. I mean, the
The
last two
test servers are like 2 hours.
The first one was 4, and the last one was I got cut off at like 3 because my game locked up. But I'll tell you, both times, the very first time I for sure had someone from Kicks watching almost every single battle that I was in because of the stuff I was trying.
Oh,
I mean,
you're special.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the second one too. The first one I had robot in, I'd want to say at least probably 12 battles that I had, just to see, because he wants to know. I mean, they're running the stuff. They want to see what we're coming up with, and they have a valid point. There's a couple dozen of them, maybe a dozen of them, and there's a couple thousand of us. Someone's gonna come up with something they didn't think of. It's a given. And where we play the game far more than they do, probably, because I'm sure they get sick of the hell out of it after a while. We're going to come up with more stuff, so they want to see it, and they want to mitigate anything that we come up with. They've learned their lessons the hard way. I mean,
Yeah, they've been doing a lot more creeping lately. I know that there was a 61 level player that was going around the sector and just going into bases and leaving bases, going into bases, leaving bases. Next day, I swear there were like a dozen bans.
oh, there's a bunch of people that use Wireshark and report people. I mean, that's been going on for 2 years now.
Yeah, it's old news. I mean, it's in the game. I'm not sure how it cleaned up the part of the game deals with base builds, because some of these base builds are ridiculous as far as the levels of turrets and all the stuff that's on them. I find to be a little bit ridiculous, but the ship builds are you're no longer seeing way overweight fleets, and people don't appear to be able to don't appear I don't know, but don't appear to be able to repair the same way they used to.
No, well, there's positives and there's negatives, and whether they balance out or not, in the end, if they're forcing us to coin, but ship builds are getting a little better for a much better whole. The items that are coming out in the FMs or the prizes or the specials, we don't have to retro those anymore. That's so freaking good.
Man, I got a Visago's Punisher here that's, bases, I don't know, ungodly amounts of time.
Yeah, 30 days, right?
I don't know. It was over 20, I think, or 18. I don't know what the hell it was. I
Well,
mean,
that's...
The Hilux that I built was 18 days just for a blank.
Jeez.
It's I mean, some of it's getting better. Some of it, not so much. I mean, are they trying to come up with a balance? Maybe.
I think the progression is slowly migrating its way towards radiation. I think that's why it came out so early. That's why they also offered the what do they call that? Is that the HNC? Is that what that one is?
The agency.
The Highlanders Nuclear Cruiser?
Yeah, that one.
HLNC?
yeah, the reason why they offered that one in the raid as well, because you had a choice. You have something for some radiation protection, or you have a Punisher to use for targets. So I see that Punishers may be useful, maybe, by Christmas. I don't know, maybe just after Christmas. It's
They,
just my guess.
I can't follow that logic because they offered the ECM as well. I mean,
Oh,
what the hell are you going to use an ECM for? And the island is, I mean, I don't know what's giving out a lot of radiation damage right now.
cyclones.
Yeah, but they also what's the yeah? I mean, but they yeah yeah. No, I mean when Reagan was on one of the shows, he was talking about the fact that some of these things are being put out for collector's value, and they should have probably
For the red eye?
What?
For the red eye?
Yeah, well, collector's value included like the Monarch and why they put so many UAVs out there and things like that. But there was a lot of flotsam and whatnot going on with that last.
I mean,
That
look,
last raid.
I'm gonna admit it to you. I got every single thing that was available in that raid last raid, and I still had millions left over in points. You know, I picked up the ECM. Why not? I think we lost somebody.
Yeah, it kind of squelched there for a moment. Somebody had a phone call.
Your mic is all jacked up.
I just don't like the fact that when I sign on to my base every day, I can spend days and days repairing Kodiaks, and every time I log on, now that the damage is incrementally grown. So if I don't repair them daily, the damage just keeps growing 39 minutes at a time.
Really?
Yeah, no shit.
Holy crap. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I was having problems with my Punishers, and I ended up, I think I swapped them around and put them in a different slot, and that actually helped. I do have some Rhinos that will not, or some Rhinos and one Mastodon that will not at all fully heal.
Oh, they'll always be at that 1 second?
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't matter if I damage them. It doesn't matter if I swap them around. If I put a dead gunboat in the front and do a quick repair, it just, yeah.
Yeah, they gave me like 15 tokens one time and responded with the ticket saying, oh, put them with the fleet that's already damaged and click repair. So I waited till the fleet was pretty much repaired and used 1 coin and still didn't fix the problem. And I said, no, that didn't work. I take them out of a slot and I just leave them in the shipyard and they're still damaged. Every day. I can repair them infinitely every day, and they'll just remain damaged. So if I log off and then log back on, they're damaged.
Well, I think they said that they're actually working on that this week, so hopefully
that'd be nice. It's just a pain.
I mean, I would rather have my friends list back because that's a huge pain in the ass for me. I mean, huge.
Yeah, but how many places do you need to jump to?
Well, it depends on what group I want to harass. I mean, visit that week.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, and also you have the problem where you have, more than half the players don't play anymore. But I'd still like to stay friends with them.
They're still on the list. Yeah, that's a little annoying. I mean, look, honestly, I mark out during raids when I do a raid for relatively cheap. I will mark out to save everybody money, and it's harder now to get someone to cover the cost of the repairs if you can't get them any bloody gold. I mean,
well, it's 5 after 7. I'm gonna post the link and take us off air for after show.
All right, post link, folks. It's been fun. Glad you could come by.
Good to be here again, watching watching Chris freaking go mad, build like 15 vendettas in like 2 minutes.
So, yeah, you guys are welcome to join us. I'm just taking this off air from here, and so we can
Cheers.
watch porn and whatever else George
All the
wants to do.
adult necessities that you need. Sure.
Yeah.
I
Things
want
like
more
that.
pictures of that blonde girl.
Alrighty, I posted a link, everybody. We're going off air, and
A lick
maybe
of
I
it? Is that what you just
Uh,
said?
maybe we can find more pictures of George's girlfriend. So, his wife may not be too happy, but whatever. Alrighty. Good night, everybody, and see you on Wednesday.